Um, how many of you started, how many of you have done ASA lab? Yes or no? So sounds like no. So guys, if you don't do the practice, okay, now from Monday we are going to start the Palo Alto, which is a very heavy firewall. So if you don't do practice, then how can we move forward? Because you need some hands-on, right? Just watching
Yes,
and
correct. Yeah.
just watching and understanding will not help. Okay, so and well, there are few requirement also before Monday. Like you have to do that. That I'm going to tell you today. So you need to get those software into your laptop. Okay, so before moving towards actually, okay, so if you look here, this is our Cisco AAC chapters. Okay, what is adaptive security appliance, like and its features. So followed ASA family. Okay, who create ASA? What is the what ASA does? What is the firewall does? And what is its features are? It ASA firewall. Um, it has the VPN feature. It has GUI feature. It has what is called routing and switching features, right? It creates the ACLs objects, and it does a failover. It does a context multiple things. Okay, a failover means two firewalls you can put there.
Oh,
Yeah, Walaikum Assalam. So Muhammad, we just started. So
okay.
okay, so these are the topics which we have in the ASA, so which we almost covered, and I send you all these PPTs. Okay, so just
Yeah.
giving the backup of that. So uh, what now you know we know that Cisco ASA is adaptive security appliance. It is created by Cisco. Okay, that's the Cisco firewall, and before ASA there was a PIX firewall. Okay, so the evaluation is something like that. PIX, then ASA, then A. Now it is ASA X. X means a new generations X. Okay, so ASA has a lot of features. So now you can see this in second chapter PIX and families. So what was this ASA PIX? Okay, and like before PIX, what was the numbers and ASA has the 55 number. So 5505 was the first one, 55010, 5510, 5520, 55 30, 40, 80 till the 5580 firewalls are there. Okay, then in the new generation, X generation, so it is the numbers are 55 6, then 55 25, 55 15, like this. They take the odd numbers. Okay, then we have seen getting started with the ASA. Initial configuration in the ASA, we create the zones, we create the in on the under the interface, we create name it as a zone, we create the IP address, and we create the security level. So no, the ASA basic thing like higher security level to lower security level, it allow lower security level to higher security level. It is blocked by default. So inside to outside is allow, outside to inside is blocked by default. So if you want to allow anything, then you need it should be explicitly allowed by the ACL. So this is the fundamental of any firewall, whether it is Juniper firewall, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, whatever the firewall. This is the fundamental of the firewall. You There will be zones. Zones are nothing but the boundaries. Okay, so if you want to cross the boundaries, you need a license. So license is nothing but the security policy. So ACL, in the Cisco we called it ACL, access list. Okay, and these ACLs, we know that this is applied on the interface, right? So it is applied on the interface. So okay, then ACL, we see that. Then object and grouping, how to create the object and in the, like create a object network and give the network and list of the network and host, right? Similarly, create the service object, many service or like HTTP, HTTPS group you can create, and this object and group you can assign, you can put it into the ACL instead of calling individual IP addresses. You can put into a object. So yesterday we have seen in the firewall. AAA, AAA is something like um, accountability. One second, AAA.
Authentication,
Authentication,
accountability,
exactly, exactly. Authentication, accounting, and
authentication,
author,
accountability, and access.
access. So AAA is, it is used for the access. Actually, why I did not touch the AAA, because we are going to see it in the Palo Alto. So no need to waste the time. Okay. So why okay, one second. So AAA is something here. Okay. So this is for the authentication. Okay, so see, now the ASA, what ASA is doing here, ASA is like allowing and denying the traffic from between the zones. Okay, this is understand very clearly. And parallelly, ASA maintain its session table. Okay, connection table, yesterday we have seen that connection table, which zone is talking to which zone. Okay, and parallelly there will be a security policy, sorry, ACLs will be there. So yeah, who can access to whom, so those list will be there. So these are the two things. But what about the management of the ASA? Management means configuration. Who will manage? A network engineer, firewall engineer, security engineer, they will manage. You guys will manage, I will manage. So how to manage that? So we require authentication, right? So what we do, we need username and password to access the ASA. Let's say you are here. Okay, you want to configure some ACL, then you need to log into the ASA, right? So you will use this IP address, particular 192.168.10.1, and you will put your username and password. And where we configure username and password? On the firewall. So this is called a local user. Okay, this is called a local user. And similarly, if you have three engineers, one, two, three, so you can configure three username here: user one, user two, user three, and we will configure here. But in the best practice, the local user don't use it. So what we do is we use a AAA. Okay, so AAA, it is um, authorization, accounting, and what is the another one?
Authentication, authorization, accounting.
Authentication, authorization, and account.
Access.
Yeah. So this is for the access level. Okay. So Cisco has ACS servers, ACS and the TechX. So these are the servers we have. So we need to manage the server. So what we do is, instead of creating the username, so you will create the usernames here: user 1, user 2, user 2, user 3. Okay, so you need to create the user. So whenever someone user 1 want to access, so first it need to take the authentication from here. So triple will give authentication and it will pass here. Okay, fine, you go. So triple A is very important in any organization, because even like why triple A is required? Because let's say user 1, he create one policy, so the logs will be there. First it will authenticate, authorization, first it will see the authorization. Then if when it tries, so it will see the level of the user, like access level. Is he had all the admin access, it do all the things, access level. Then the third one is accounting. When he do the some changes and he left, so there should be a logs, what user change what. So these are the three things a AAA do. Okay, so we the servers is required here. Okay, so we instead of creating server usernames here, we create the servers here, usernames here. Okay, so for the AAA we will see, because in packet tracer they have given this lab also for the packet tracer. I think for the AAA the feature is there. If you go here in the server services, can you see here triple? So here what we do is you just need to on the this one, and can you see the server type, radius or TechX? So these are two types of servers we have. So TechX, it is a open standard. So just do it. Client name, let's say Waris is the new guy. Waris. If you have IP, let's say he is working on 192.160.10.10. His machine IP address is secret. So I will say capital A, let's say capital WA Waris at the rate 31. Okay, it is not his age, it's just an example. So boom, added. So this is the access. Okay, similarly Omar. Okay, another user. What is the IP address? 192.168.10.200. Okay, secret is something that okay, XYZ star uh, capital Y 2 4, something like this. So you created this ad. So now to access the firewalls, so you don't need to configure anything on the firewall. So whenever they try to, now whenever they want to access the firewall, so they will use that AAA. So when they come here, actually they will go here to get the authentication from the server. Server will see if the username password is fine. Now just go and access the file. You are the authorized person. Go ahead. Okay. So AAA is for the authentication. Okay. So generally, who manage the AAA? So there will be yeah, server teams. They manage the AAA server, but you need to do the integration from that AAA to your firewall. You just need to give the IP address of your AAA server and give some commands AAA and all. So what will happen? It will integrate. This is called integration. Similarly, with the firewall, you need to do Active Directory integration also. Integration means two technologies you are merging, so they can leverage to each other. So in Palo Alto, we will see that how to integrate the servers and all. We will see that. Okay, so yeah, that's about AAA. If I go here, okay, then switching and routing. So Cisco ASS support, you can create a switch port on interface, and you can create the zones there. Under the VLAN, you can create the zones, interface VLAN. Similarly, you can do the routing, uh, EIGRP, BGP, and OSPF. These things you can do that. MPF, this is the policy map. So if you remember, to allow the ICMP, what we have to do? So class map, policy map, and the service policy. So that is for inspection. That is required. Okay. Then security VPN is now we'll see that security context. This is something like this is for the like ISP, like if you have organization like who is providing multiple customer services. So one hardware you can make a multiple context, means virtual firewalls. Okay, so one hardware, so you can give it to different customers. Okay, customer A, B, C they are having. So this is called a context. Okay, that is a very advanced one. And failover. Failover nothing but the when we will have a two firewall. One is active, one is secondary. If one is like what is called, if one is failed, then second will take one. And transparent firewall, it is something like it will be within your LAN, but it will not be visible. Let's say this is your connection between user to this user want to access the server, right? Right. So the firewall can be sit somewhere here. it will be transparent. Okay, so you can this type of firewalls deployment we use for the logging and seeing the application and for cross sensitivity and all. So this is this one, uh, the context and the transparent firewall. So these are the deployment type of the AS. So how to deploy that? And failover, it is also a deployment, like if you want independent firewall or you want multiple firewalls. Okay, so these are, so these all topics are going to repeat in the Palo Alto firewall. These all topics, because the way ASA does ACL, the way ASA does object grouping, natting, and zooms and all, the same thing you are going to see in the Palo Alto firewall. But after looking to the Palo Alto firewall on Monday, you will tell me the answer. There are many questions I'm going to ask you, and many things going to be clear from you. Okay, why I spend more than a 1 week on the ASA, you will realize on that day. Okay, because it is out of our scope. Okay, I would have just go directly after routing switching. I should have go directly followed, but this was the one step I don't want you to miss this one. That's why I came here. Okay, so let's because this VPN, the VPN chapter also going to be repeat in very detail in the Palo Alto, but we will see that. Okay, just having something. So VPN is a secured VPN tunnel. Okay, it use the IPsec protocol. IPsec is it is not a one protocol. It is a set of protocol. VPN means what? Tunnel means what? This is your head office. Okay, this is your branch office. Okay, so both and this is the internet. So from your device, see, VPN can be configured on any L3 device, router or layer, whatever the firewalls. Okay, you can create on any firewall VPNs. So what we do now, what happen is this user from your branch office, they want to connect to the servers which is present here in your head office. This is head office, this is the branch office. Okay, so how to connect them? So the option is both sides will must have some internet, right? These guys having the internet, these guys having the internet. So when you have internet, so you will have a public IP address here on your outside interface. So by using that, we create by IPsec tunnel. We create the IPsec tunnel over the internet. So what will happen? This user over the internet, internet is very dangerous for the security. But over the internet, by the help of IPsec tunnel, you can these people can access this one. Anything can be done. So this will be permanent connection. So this is called a VPN, virtual private network over the internet, and it use a very big protocol called IPsec. Okay. Okay. Now see this example: VPN tunnel overview. So can you see here VPN? As I told, you can configure on the router, you can configure on the firewall. Okay, anything is possible. So let's say this is your main office. Okay, so main office, you can connect from your home office, let's say. So you can connect over the internet. Remote office, they are connect over the internet. Business partner, they can connect over the internet. Even a mobile worker, they can connect to the internet. So this all called the VPN, virtual private network. So broadly, if I define you, there are two types of VPN. One is called a site-to-site VPN. Site-to-site. Site-to-site means from your remote office to your branch, your main office, your branch office to main office. So in the site-to-site VPN, what will happen? Site-to-site VPN, there it is office-to-office connectivity. It will be 24/7 connectivity. Okay, 24/7 connectivity. So anyone can use, like if you use or not, you need to pay that internet bills and all. But the another one is the remote access VPN. Remote access VPN, I will say RAP, remote access VPN. This is for nowadays, it become very in demand. Why? Because work from home, it is happening with the remote access VPN. Why? because what is required? It required a small utility in your laptop. Okay, it required a small utility in your laptop, and if you connect it to the internet, okay, if you connect it to the internet, and from internet you can just go and connect to your office firewall. So how it is possible? Because if you have a ASA on the main office, so that remote access VPN will not be configured on the router. Remote access VPN service is on the firewalls only. Because if you have a Cisco ASA, then you required any connect software here, any connect, any connect. And if you have a Palo Alto firewall, then global protect is the solution there. Similarly, for Juniper is different, Checkpoint is different. So the difference between site to site and remote access VPN is, in site to site VPN you don't require any client, anything you don't require. Whatever your machines here, they can just go and access the this machine, this servers anytime over the internet, and this there will be no disturbance, no disconnection, nothing will be there. But here this is on your choice. See, if I shut down my laptop, I'm disconnected from the office. Whenever I want, I just open the laptop, I connect it to the office. So this is on the choice. Okay, so that's the big difference between site to site VPN and remote access VPN. Okay, these are the two types, remember these two types. So in the Palo Alto Firewall, we are going to see in very detail. We are going to configure that as well, site to site VPN and remote access VPN. Dual protect, I will show you how to configure the dual protect, how to configure two sites. And even this site to site VPN, nowadays you can connect to the cloud also. Like this is the AWS cloud. Okay, AWS cloud, and this is your branch office. So from your when we say AWS cloud and everything, so how you're connecting your let's say you in AWS cloud, you have a servers, you have other stuffs and all. So how you're going to connect? So from your branch office to the AWS cloud, we create a VPN, site to site VPN, between branch office and the AWS site. AWS VPC, it is called AWS VPC. So now AWS nothing but extra another branch. So we can create the VPN. So VPN is very important, very important. Okay, so and the entire VPN is based on these particular things: IPsec, Internet Protocol Sec, security. So say this is one branch, this is one branch. Over the internet, the why the IPsec tunnel is, your data is getting formed. So IPsec tunnel, IPsec is not a one protocol, it is a set of protocol. So there are 1, 2, 3, there are 5 to 6 protocol. It is a combination of protocol. Okay, see one example I will give you to understand the IPsec. So if you remember, there was one advertise. No, actually there was a story of group. Like if you have one stick, can you break it? Yes, I can break it. I will give you 2 sticks. Can you break it? Yes, I can break it. Okay, now I'm giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sticks. I bundle it. Now, can you try to break it? You will say, no, no, we cannot break. So that's the example. That's the unity, right? So this is the example of the IPsec. I really correlate this example. Okay. So what happen is, so if you have one protocol, it can be break from the security. It can be break, two protocol. It could be break from the like hackers and all. But IPsec, it is a bundle of multiple protocols. So till now, no one able to break the IPsec tunnels. No one, because it is a huge, huge security over the internet. Okay, so no one break that. So that's the powerful IPsec. So VPN is working on because of the IPsec protocols. So what are the content in the IPsec protocol? Okay, so you can see this. So 5 step of IPsec. So let's say this is one of the okay, here the internet actually. Okay, so in the host A is behind, host B is behind. So on this interface of your router firewall and on this interface. So there will be public IP address. So please don't ask me what is the public IP address. And you already know that your ISP will give you public IP address. Okay, so you will have public IP address here. Okay, so there are some points, 5 steps of IPsec. Interesting traffic. Interesting traffic means the VPN devices recognize the traffic to protect. So which traffic they want to protect? This is the traffic. Host A and host B, they are the actual traffic. You need to protect this one. Okay, that is called interesting traffic. Second, IKE phase one. Phase one, the VPN devices negotiate an IKE security policy and establish a secure tunnel. So this is the place in the IKE phase one. The VPN devices, they create a strong tunnel by using 5 different protocols over the internet. So this is called a IKE phase one step. IKE phase one. Phase 2. What will happen in the phase 2? The VPN devices negotiate an IPsec security policy to protect the IPsec data. So now in the phase 2, they will protect inside data in the phase 2. IKE phase 2. They will protect the data. In IKE phase 1, they will establish a secure tunnel over the internet. In phase 2, they will protect the data. And what is the interesting traffic? What they are protecting data? When host A want to talk to host B, when data is getting transferred over the internet, so this IPsec both tunnel will IKE phase 1 and phase 2 will help you to protect. Okay. Third one, fourth one, data transfer. The VPN devices apply security services to traffic, then transmit the traffic. VPN devices apply security services to traffic. So when host A is sending something, okay, something, let's say this packet. So when it go here, so VPN devices, they will make it more secure. Let's say you are sending, for example, you are sending hello, you are sending hi to this guy. So you know what the high will be become something like this. No one can read that, and it will go there. And this guy will. This is called a decryption. So when it comes, so this guy, this is called an encryption actually. So when the packet come here, so this guy will do a decryption. It can read this one, and it will send the same name. Hi, user want to see say you hi. So you know who did this over the internet? Because if someone is here, if some hacker is sitting here, okay. So what he can do is, if he can like if there is no security, so he can read this information. Okay, they are sending hi to each other, but he never know that because the data will be something like this. So he never try to read this. So this is called a data transfer. Data will transfer, but with full security. And the tunnel terminated, the tunnel is turned down. It means if the tunnel is down, okay, then the communication will stop. How the tunnel will down? If your internet is down, if your ISP is having something problem, so then the tunnel will get down. Otherwise, the tunnel will be there for longer time. Okay, this is the IPsec. Remember this high level, very high level, but I'm giving some insight also. Okay, interesting traffic. See, host A and host B, they are different subnets. 10.0, 1.3, 10.0, 2.3. So send a clear text. So this is called interesting traffic. Okay, these are the interesting traffic. Host A IP address and host B IP address is your interesting traffic. IPsec phase 1. Can you see that phase 1? As I told, IPsec having a bundle of protocol. So negotiation policy, then Diffie-Hellman exchange, and verifying the peer identification. Okay, these are the phase 1. These things happen. Okay, okay. So can you see these are the protocols. Policy set. You need to create the policy. 3 days. Okay, this is for encryption. MD5. Again, your encryption. Pre-shared key authentication. Diffie-Hellman group and the lifetime. So you know, one, two, three, four, five. So these are called a parameter. When you want to make a tunnel from this firewall to this firewall, so this firewall, if we have, you need to have the same policies, same parameter here and here, same parameter you need to have in both the site. So you know, when you configure a site to site tunnel from one office to another office, let's say you integrated with example company B and your company A. So you need to call with your the company B technical engineer. Okay, boss, my these are my phase one policies. Can you create the same on your side? So he will use the same parameters: 3 days, MD5, pre-shared, and defilement and lifetime. If this parameter mismatch, so tunnel will not get formed. Okay, so we need to have a similar parameters in the phase one. So this is IPsec. Can you see? This is a protocol. This is a separate protocol. This is a separate protocol. They all are for the encryption, decryption, and authentication, authorization, and your keys and all. Everything will be here. Okay. Then, okay, this will something like this. DP element. So encryption, it will do the encryption. Can you see? Let's say this is a credit card, 100 numbers. So it will do encryption, something like this, blah 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 blah, some numbers. It go to the internet. If someone see that, he will not understand. Then this site firewall, it will have a key to decrypt that. It will decrypt that, and it will see, okay, $100 is sent. Okay, so these are called a key. Diffie element used by for the key. Authenticate peer. So there will be pre-shared key. So this while using this, user will have some password. So he will configure here. So this guy also need to configure here. So this password generally we call on the phone, and we will spell him. Okay, my pre-shared key is this xyz at the rate 213. So he will use that. So we never give a preset key on clear text. So these are the preset key used for this one. Okay. I key phase two. Phase two, what will happen? Negotiation IP security parameters. So here also in phase two also we use some more protocols. See, this is for the data security. ESP, 3 days, SHA. Okay. Then the tunnel type and the lifetime. So same parameter you need to have this side also. Phase one and phase two parameter. This is called phase one, phase two. Third one. Okay, now after this security association, okay, can you see this? SP, ESP, tunnel. So these are the values of the VPN. Okay, database, time base. Okay, you can create a time based VPN also. So IPsec sessions. Can you see the IPsec session? It is a bundle. It is protected by IKEY phase one and phase two. So can you see this, how thickness it is, how strong it is? So any data can be moved from here. That's the beauty of a VPN. Okay, tunnel can you terminate. How to configure the VPN? There are multiple steps. Okay, you need to have this parameter 3 days and all. Okay, 3 days MD5 preset key defi helmet group. You need to define these values. So same value will be on same value we need to configure here also. Okay, then site A, site B, and the same value will be these are the IKEY phase one parameters. Then this is the phase two parameters. Okay, weak or stronger. So you need to take a stronger 3 days instead of days, 3 days more security. SHA1 instead of MD5, SHA1. Diffie helmet group 1 instead of group 5 is the more secure. And this one, timing. Similarly here also you are making taking, these are the highest, these are the stronger parameters. So stronger will more give you security. So this parameter we use. Okay, and we configure the VPN. So configuring VPN having different steps. So this is we configure what is called phase one, then we configure phase two, and there are some steps, and then we give the access list from here to here and here to here. We permit them, we do the natting, and finally your tunnel will get formed. See, show run crypto map, so you will see the tunnel. So this is not supported on the packet tracer, but we'll see in detail in the Palo Alto Firewall. So that's it. That's it. I had. So these all things we will going to repeat in a Palo Alto session again. But do the practice.